Major Slack Videos.
Hey, welcome back to MajorSlackVideos. Here for stop for feeling kind of mumble mouthy today. Try that again, Slack. Welcome back to MajorSlackVideos. Enunciate. Welcome back to MajorSlackVideos. Your first stop for easy Elden Ring gameplay. That's right. You don't need to get good. You just need to get slack. Alright, sorry for my absence. I'm back. This is tax time. It's the last week of April, and as usual, I left it to the last minute. I'm in a panic, total panic. Yeah, that's what I do every year. So, let's get busy. We got a great rune to activate. This starts off by going to Limgrave Tower Bridge, which is in the Stormhill section. There we go, Limgrave Tower Bridge. And we're going to take down 3 golems. This is strictly for bragging rights. Like, strategically or economically speaking, or however you want to put it, it makes no sense because these guys pay just as much as the vulgar militiamen, which we know we can take down, like, instantly, practically. But I just like the idea of taking down these 3 gigantic golems here, because they just it's a lot of fun toying around with it. Because the one in the back with the arrow starts shooting the others, and I find that's a real riot. Okay, let's get set up for this. These guys are going to be breathing fire and swinging their giant golem halberds. And we have, first of all, we have 3 golden seeds to use. Use 3 golden seeds to increase the number of flask uses. Yes, please. Thank you very much. And let's set it up to 6 and 3. That should do nicely. And as far as spells, for this we only need 2. Rock Sling and Magic Glint Blade. Just leave it like that so you can access them both very quickly. Gear. You may think these guys are swinging heavy halberds, so physical gear, but no. We're not going to be trying to endure any of their attacks. It's their flame attack that's what we're going to be worried about most. So put on a Flame Drake Talisman and your best magic gear, which would be this Traveler's Hat, Perfumer's Traveling Garb, Traveler's Gloves, and Traveler's Slops. You're only going to need 1 weapon, that's your Meteorite Staff. You could put something in the other hand, but it doesn't really matter. Let's just throw in, say, the Meteoric Ore Blade, just for good measure. Right, so Magic Glint Blade, or rather, yeah, that's right, Magic Glint Blade and Rock Sling. And let me just take a couple things out of the roll here. That won't be any good. That won't be any good. That's it, ready to go. You could just run up the left side. Strike that, the right side. Let me do this for demonstrational purposes. In case you want to do like what I'm going to do. Straight up the right side as fast as you can go. These other guys have melee attacks. The one over on the far left, it's going to take him too long to get activated. Same with this one that we just passed by, and you're aiming for this crater here. Get down into the crater, and now you're pretty much invulnerable. Make sure you grab this forming stone. Now the only thing you have to worry about is the archer, and you just have to, like, down here he can't reach you. He has the same problem that we have when we're trying to shoot from high up. His stuff, like his arrows, clip into the hang on, let me just get out of here. Okay, and hit this. Yeah, his arrows clip into the ground and they can't reach us. So that's how they get there untouched. Like I said, they're only worth 1,069 runes each. So if you wanted to take them down, it'd be strictly for bragging rights. You going back? Yeah, I'm going back. I'm gonna take him down. I think it's a lot of fun whacking these guys. And getting the archer to shoot the other one. The other ones, it's a real riot. And I finally figured out a pretty good system to wipe them out. You just gotta stay out of reach of their whack attacks. Whack attacks. Okay, so we're going off the left side here. I'm gonna stop at the second pillar right here. Don't go any further. Aim at the sky and then do your lock on. 3 rock slings. Dodge back 6 times. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more rock slings. Lock off and run away. Because at this point the archer's going to start shooting. And recharge. And he gets taken down. You can take a couple extra shots at him. Because he got hit by the archer. Lock off, run away. And now it's a matter of keeping an eye on them. And now they're both activated, but what's happening is the archer behind them is shooting. And he's going to shoot them. And they're going to take damage from that. And now switch over to your magic glint blade, and it's just a matter of dodging his attacks. So wait for it, bide your time. And meanwhile, try to line it up so that the archer, you know what I mean? This is unusual that they both get very close together. Be careful, eh? They can go right through the walls. And here's your cue. In between strikes, 3 glint blades. Dodge away. See this? You can get right through walls. This doesn't make sense. So I have no qualms about cheesing the enemy because they can cheese you just as much. Here's the strike. You can safely do a couple shots in between after the strike. Overhead strike. Here comes the double swipe. Another swipe. No, it's a single swipe. He fooled me up. This one you get in a couple shots afterwards. Here comes the double swipe, I'm sure. Swipe, and no, he's not doing the double swipe. He knows I'm recording. He's almost dead. Pardon me. Okay, we got it now. Here comes the flames. There's the double swipe. The double swipe and the flame attack. There we got him. After you take down the first one, the second one's a lot easier because he's going to be taking a lot of damage from the arrow guy in the back. So just line them up. See the guy way in the distance? As he's getting hit. It's the same thing here. Let's just wait until he gets downed by the arrow guy, by the archer guy rather. The golem archer way in the back. He's taking a hit. A couple more hits and it's going to down him. It's so funny. He's like, what are you shooting at me for? I'm not shooting at you, I'm shooting at that guy. But you can't shoot for shit. They'll line them up. Sometimes he even turns around and looks at him. See this? Great, so he's down. This is the golden opportunity. And run away. Again. You gotta love it. This is why I love doing this. And I'm out. And it looks like finally at the point where refilling my flask doesn't completely refill my magic or my FP. I think I have a sacred tear. despair. Shoot him again. He's almost dead. Shoot him again. I don't think so. And that's the overhead swipe, so he's got a long recovery time on that one. They get in a couple shots like that. Get him nice lined up. Shoot him again. What's the matter? You're afraid of a little magic glint blade? Jeez. Big boy like you? The next archer shot is going to take him down or destroy him. And we get credit for that. How about that? You numbnut, you killed me! Sorry! Okay, now we gotta dodge his archer shots. Good safe place to go is right over here if you can get there in time. Let me get and get down here. Should be safe here. Next. Stick to the right side here, and there's this little bit of cover right here that you can take cover. Right, tuck yourself in the corner. Now we're going into the crater. And I already got the warming stone. At this point, you can actually take this guy out. Just run right over here, tuck yourself in this corner, and then we're going to go out after every shot and take a couple, four glint blades. Now, target 1, 2, 3, 4. Lock off, run away, tuck in. Boom. Again. Lock on, 4 glint blades. Yeah, there he goes. There you go. All 3 golems down without taking a hit. Haha. Kicked your ass. We pwned this place. And we got the smithing stone out of the deal. You figured there'd be something else. I've searched every nook and cranny of this bridge, and you know, you figured you'd get like some grand reward for taking these guys down, but no. And they're only worth 1,000 runes each, so like I said, just for bragging rights. Anyway, we did it. So let's go to the end and teleport. To the other side. Now, you want to put on your shield like that, and your meteoric ore blade. There's a few things to pick up here, but there's lots of birds here, including some stormhawks. So you're going to use your meteoric ore blade to bring them down if necessary. Let's just do a surprise attack here. Guy especially. I took him down. Haha. That bugger. That's it. So I got a whole bunch of flight pinions out of that. A couple guys here at the end. Oh. I heard flapping of wings, so it's like, uh-oh. And I believe there's something to pick up in one of these little balcony type deals, I think on this side here. Right here. And our work here is done, except for these guys. Yeah, I know there's a few birds there. Let's just, we'll let them live. Alright, onward. This is what we came for. We are here to activate Godrick's Great Rune. You do that by going through here and taking the elevator up. It's my birthday on Friday. Friday the 29th. I rarely do this, but I'm going to say this now. I'm going to be 63 years old. I know some of you are going, no way! Yeah, way. That's why I rarely say that. Shout out to all you geezer gamers out there. Yeah, I'll be 63 years old on Friday. You don't believe me, eh? Okay, here we go. Come up to here and interact with this thing, and this will restore Godrick's Great Rune. So now we can use it. How do you use this? Like, you go to any site of grace. For example, we're going to the round table next, so let's go there. Rest here, and you're gonna get a new option, Great Runes. Click on that, click on this, and yes please, and now it is activated. And you can see it in the top left corner of the screen. You see Godrick's Great Rune is now like inserted. Alright, and what it does is it gives you bonuses if you have a rune arc. You use a rune arc. We have 2. And if you look at Godrick's Great Rune, I forget where it is. Here it is, right here. Okay? And it tells you what it does. Right here. Its blessing raises all attributes. So it raises all attributes by 5 if we use a rune arc. And that effect will last until you die. It's like semi-permanent. So let's just do one right now. Normally I save these like for really, like when I really need them. I'm gonna use one right now just for demonstrational purposes. You may want to save it. Okay, so you see our stats. Vigor 20, Mind 20, Endurance 13, Strength 15, etc, etc. Let's use a Great Rune, or a Rune Arc. I went the wrong way. Here we go. Use Shazam. Okay, now you see that the rune in the top left corner is lit up. That means Godrick's Great Rune is in effect. Will be in effect until you die. And now let's look at our stats again. You see everything was raised by 20. Everything is raised by 5 points. It's in effect. Okay, so we got some business here at the round table. Got a little list here. Lots of stuff we can take care of. Give Godskin prayer book to Brother Corin Yang. We're just going reading up on this, so let's do that.
Ah, you appear to be doing well. Very good. Well then, Would you like to learn an incantation?
This is the same thing as giving, what do you call those things? A royal scroll or a scroll to Selen. It increases the number of incantations he has for sale. For example, now he has 8 incantations. We found this Godrick prayer book in Stormville Castle. Give it to him.
Is a work of heresy. Its incantations bear no lineage from the Erd Tree. Very well. I'll take it off your hands.
Alright, and now he has 2 more incantations for sale. There's something here that's actually going to be quite useful. This for sure. Yeah, let's buy this. And something else. Or is that somebody else? Looking at my list here, it is somebody else. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, but buy that cure poison thing. For sure. This might be useful too.
May the golden...
Next, let's talk to everybody.
I don't believe we've met. I'm known as D. I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my warning. Those who live in death should be left well alone. All the more should you spy a mariner among their number, unless you wish to lay down your life in vain.
Okay, some nice happy thoughts there. Anything else?
You've met Godrick, I take it. Then owing to our duties shared, we are now comrades in arms. I think you've earned this. The power of the Golden Order to aid the hunt of those who live in death.
This is what we want. This is what I was looking for. This is actually very useful. I strongly recommend that you buy this. Okay. I know we don't have enough faith, but we can easily use the faith, not crystal tier, in our Flask of Wondrous Physic to give us enough faith to use this. And about Rogier.
Are you acquainted with a man named Rogier? You know, the piteous fellow hiding away on the balcony. He was a formidable spellblade in times past. Don't let his easy air deceive you. He was wise beyond his years, stout of heart and clear of mind. No more, though. You see him now, ravaged by thorns, muttering and rambling, like he's half dead already. I can't stomach to watch. Take well the lesson, friend. That's how you end up when seduced by those who live in death. When grace is sullied, it rots people from the inside. Breaks them.
Good grief, you roundtable people are like a real cheery bunch, aren't you? Okay. About yourself?
I serve the Golden Order, that I might put this crooked land to rights, following only the guidance of the great Elden Ring. Those who live in death fall outside the principles of the Golden Order. Their mere existence sullies the guidance of gold, tainting its truth. And so it is the vermin must be exterminated, down to the very last.
Okay, whatever. And that is that. So that's all the business we have with you. Next! You there. What's your story?
Ah, hello.
Hi.
You must be new here.
Well, not exactly. We
well,
just never say
just call me Dialos.
Dialos, okay.
The honor of one's house holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels? She's my servant,
No.
but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me.
Alright, note to self. Find Lanya for Dialos. Anything
Be
else?
sure to tell me if you meet a young woman named Lanya. She's a servant to my house. She's been my companion since childhood. I've lost count of the number of times I've had to find her like this. Honestly, she's such a little tomboy.
Alright, and I believe that's the end of
Be
your
sure to
dialogue.
tell me she's
Yep,
a servant
okay.
she's been my companion. I've lost count of the number, honestly.
Done and done. Rogier, what say you?
Always good to see you safe. So, what do you need?
I'm not sure what this refers to because we killed everything in Stormville Castle, so... Anyways, let's just go through this
The
dialogue.
misshapen corpse under Stormvale. That is a sacred relic of the Black Knives plot, as that famed night of assassination is known. It happened during the golden age of the Erdtree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade, and on a bitter night, murdered Godwyn the Golden.
You don't
That
say.
was the first recorded death of a demigod in all history.
Ah.
And it became the catalyst. Soon, the Elden Ring was smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering. I once wished to become a scholar, you see. I've spent many an hour scouring the archives for knowledge of that fateful plot. The world has grown crooked, and if you intend to put it to rights, you'd better understand what happened to make it this way. And that thing is to blame for the shape I'm in now. I urge the utmost caution. Don't disturb the corpse more than necessary.
Okay. About D.
Ah, so you've met D. D is an old friend. We found ourselves journeying together for a time, bound by our exploration of death. But our paths have since diverged, never again to cross. Though that's hardly an uncommon fate for two friends.
Anything else?
D was telling me that he discovered the mark of the centipede. The centipede is an ancient symbol of the curse mark. As long as whoever finds and uses it is not nefarious by nature, then we may be able to form an alliance. If only I could speak to them in person. And if they were like you, all the better.
Alright, and I believe you have some more dialogue if you actually buy something from him. I don't really like that. I find this useless. I think this would probably be the best thing. Here we go.
The battle art you've learned is of the Glintstone family. They were conceived at the Great Academy of Rea Lucaria, to the north of this castle. In the past, they obeyed laws which contravened the Golden Order, or so I'm told. Fascinating, isn't it? That the Golden Order was pliable enough to absorb practices that contradicted itself in the past. With the Order broken, twisted, and in need of repair, such adaptability is more important now than ever.
And there we go. So, some interesting backstory from Rogier. Next, the most important guy we need to talk to is Gideon. Who's right over here. What's up?
Oh, this is a rare occasion. I can't remember the last time a new tarnished made their way to the round table. Very well. As your senior, I bid you welcome. It is safe here. You may let down your guard.
Alright.
Allow me a word of advice. As your senior, you
Okay.
are a mere visitor to the round table. Nothing more. A house guest. Yet to earn their keep. Remember your place, newcomer.
Dude, I took down Market the Fell, Godrick the Grafted. I think you need to be reminded of
There's
that.
nothing left to say. Be at your leisure.
Alright, so that's the end of his dialogue for now. At this point, you should go in and interact with the two fingers. Okay, buddy, just keep it above the equator, okay? And he gives you the, the rapture gesture. And then... we could rest. And Gideon will now move to a new place in the study, which is in here. And at this point, Nephili will appear here in, I believe this is called the library. And she'll give us an important talisman.
You again?
Yes.
I thought you'd receive a summons to the Round Table. Nefeli Lu, we met at Stormvale.
We did.
I'm glad to see you here. I have something for you.
Oh boy.
I found it in Godrick's grafting grounds.
Okay.
You defeated him. You should have it. Make good use of it. I don't intend to make a habit of scavenging corpses.
And she gives you the Arsenal Charm, which is fantastic. It raises your equipment load. So right now my equipment load is 60.9. If we put on the Arsenal Charm, it raises up to 70. It's a big increase. Yeah, so that's something that's really useful. Anything else?
Ah, yes. I wonder if you've met my foster father. He's in his study. The room Encher's guarding just over there. If you haven't already, I advise you introduce yourself. Father is leader of the Round Table. I'm sure talking to him will be worth your while.
Alright. And is that it?
It's about time I headed off.
Oh, okay.
I'll see you again, warrior, should the fates deign it.
Alright, ta-ta. See you in the funny papers. Next. The study is in here, and this individual has nothing to say. She's just a guard. He or she or it is a guard. Oh, wait. We get a... My bad. You get a gesture from her. What do you want? Okay, go figure. And finally, Gideon.
You've received the wisdom of the two fingers, have you not?
I have
then
indeed.
I bid you welcome.
Thank you.
As
So
a true
time.
member of the Round Table,
There we go.
I am known as Gideon Ofnir.
How do you...
As a tarnished who wishes to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord, I am accumulating knowledge. To be all-knowing. You now belong to a select group of fellows. As such, I ask that you remain constant.
Alright, so tell us about...
You'll be after more great runes
everything.
now, eh?
Yes.
Then as your fellow, allow me to divulge a little knowledge.
Okay.
The inheritors of the great runes, the Shard Bearers. We of the Round Table know the location of 5 of them, including the one you defeated. Godrick the Grafted, Lord of Stormvale. General Radahn, who fought Melania and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds. Praetor Rykard, Lord of the Volcano Manor of Mount Gelmir. Morgoth the Grace-Given, Veiled Monarch and Lord of Leyndell. And Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, ruler of Rhea Lucaria's Academy. You'll still be after more great runes, won't you?
We will indeed. And now you can get some backstory on all these individuals. Let's just run through all this now since we're in the kind of like, you know, backstory mode. About Godrick, what's he all about?
So, Godrick the Grafted, Lord of Stormvale. Despite being the blood of Godfrey, first Elden Lord, he's a grotesque old fool grasping for power. His castle lies upon the cliff to Limgrave's northwest, but I suspect you know that well enough already.
Yep. About Radahn.
General Radahn, the famed Red Lion and Scourge of the Stars, is a ferocious warrior. He fought Melania and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds to Limgrave's east. And now Caelid has been engulfed by the Scarlet Rot. Even approaching the region is no mean feat. I've heard survivors of Radahn's army are still in the wilds, staving off the rot with fire. And if it's true, I suspect Radahn is still there as well, in Caelid. Though, I doubt he much resembles his former self anymore.
Alright, and about Rykard?
Praetor Rykard is the Lord of the Volcano Manor on Mount Gelmir. He is a ruthless justiciar who commands a company of inquisitors, reviled for his serpentine demeanor. The volcano, Mount Gelmir, lies in the west of the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree. It was the stage of the most appalling battle in the entirety of the Shattering. Rykard has committed the grave sin of blasphemy, marking himself as an enemy never to be forgiven.
Huh. How about that? Okay, and about Morgoth.
Morgoth the Grace-Given is Lord of Leyndell, the capital city. It lies at the foot of the Erd Tree, in the east of the Altus Plateau. But the Two Fingers forbid us from venturing there, until we've acquired enough great runes to repair the Elden Ring. Set your sights elsewhere for the time being. The Veiled Monarch can wait.
Alright, and about
The
Renala.
Academy of Rea Lucaria lies to Limgrave's north, towering over the mist-laden lands of Liurnia. Renala is queen of the Carian royals, who govern the Academy. But Renala herself is no demigod. Her beloved Radagon left her to become Queen Marika's second husband, taking the title of King Consort. The great Rune dwells within the amber egg that was Radagon's gift to her.
And finally, what's up with Nephili?
I understand you've been speaking to Nepheli.
Nephili,
She's my
okay.
daughter.
Oh, okay.
I took her in when she lost the guidance of grace. Though
Oh,
I'm
that's a
a
shame.
axe-wielding barbarian, her youthful credulity suited my purposes. So I put her to work. Do not hesitate to employ her. Should
Oh,
her
okay.
services benefit you? Despite
Right, okay.
her looks, she is more than capable in the press of battle.
We have seen. And that's it. So, and all those options are going to be there for a while. So if you want to review them, come back and talk to them. That's it. So, a whole bunch of backstory and lore about Elden Ring, some very important stuff. And they're going to call it. We're going to break into Liurnia next and start dealing with all the hellaciousness in that section of the game. Thanks a lot for watching. And if you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, post a comment, and I'll see you next time for some more Elden Ring. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes, alright? Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.